Everybody, we are live. Welcome back to the Big Three. We're going to talk about three big topics that are currently rocking the scene. Today was a big day for the Epstein survivors. It was a really big day also in regards to some job numbers ahead of Friday's job report. And we have the looming threat of federal troops heading to Chicago. Trump says he wants to be invited, but then he's taking action to show otherwise. Before we talk about any of that, I want to talk about the fact that you thought this motherfucker was gonna be gone. Not today. Okay. Now you sat there, all of y'all sat there on these social media streets, and you thought this man was gonna pop up yesterday at the White House looking just like this in the press briefing.
Well,
It didn't happen.
child,
It didn't
well,
fucking happen.
we were hoping, we were praying, and we were, sending up prayers on
Hoping
high.
and praying and wishing, and not a damn thing. Okay, this man popped up there looking just as orange and saggy as ever. An orange fucking prune. An orange prune.
He
But
looked
he
like
did
this.
look disheveled, and then his crew that showed up with him, there was a
But did
man
he
standing
really?
behind him. I couldn't make out who the
Yes.
man was, but he was walking around with that lace front that was lifting behind him. Who is that man?
I don't know, but
It was
his
laid
face
front.
his face looked like potted meat. His neck was saggy like some balls. And his hair, like you said, it was right here, Kenny. That was lifting. It
It
was
was.
real thin, thin, thin.
It
So
was.
yeah, he didn't look too good. His hand is still messed up. But I knew if I listen, there's one thing I could do is predict some shit with Trump. And I knew if his ass was alive that he would go golfing on Saturday morning.
You
And
said it too.
sure enough,
You should
at
see.
8:30. At 8:30, they was like, "Oh, we got the pull presses out here. We see him." And I'm like, "Yeah, I already know. This
And
motherfucker's
all was well.
alive."
We got birthdays in the house before we get into the deep news, into the big news, into the big news. Now, we may not have been able to celebrate with Melania the way that she and we wanted to celebrate, but we were able to celebrate Kenny's birthday. Kenny has turned another year older. You hit what, 31, Kenny?
32, and I was
32.
hoping
32,
that my
ho!
birthday. I hope that my birthday gift was Trump going to play mini golf at the mortuary, but
But it wasn't.
unfortunately, that just didn't happen.
Bitch,
I
I
just
wish
can't
it
give
had
my
been Trump. You say mini golf at the mortuary. I wish that motherfucker had been playing catching fireballs down in hell. But it didn't happen. And we not only are celebrating Ken's birthday, Contessa Green, Virgo season, baby. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday
Happy
to
birthday.
you. We love it. And any other birthdays in the house, drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. I'm a big birthday celebrator. For anyone who knows me, I love the birthdays. I love the birthdays. I'm a big birthday celebrator. Um, I do. I believe big in celebrating the birthdays, and we wish Melania we could have had something to celebrate with you too, but we didn't. John and Ernst did indeed say that we are all going to die, and we are, and so too will he, and we will see it come to pass eventually. I'm not wishing death on him, sweet Lord Jesus, because I'm doing the right thing because I'm going to heaven, but I'm just stating the facts. Joni said it, the facts, and I'm stating the facts. This I thought was really funny when they said, Jeffrey, I'm coming to join you, but don't look up. You look down, motherfucker. You know where he is and you know where you're going. So stop playing games with the American people. All you do is lie, and you build your hope on false lies and falsehoods. And no, Donald, you will not be going up there. You will not. That is that, bitch. I know a lot. I don't know a lot, but motherfucker, I know that. You aren't going up there, Donald. That's not going to happen. And he's not going to go up there because of this. This, you know what? Before I'm going to show this clip. I'm going to run this clip, y'all. But I'm gonna get big for a brief moment to say something I think is moderately important. I want to say this, and I want everyone out there watching, no matter what platform you're watching, to hear me and hear me well. You people, I mean, not you, not our actual viewers, but the people that you know in these social media streets have sat their sorry asses on social media for months talking about what Democrats haven't done and how Democrats don't fight back because they are too motherfucking ignorant to understand the mechanisms at play and the way that you have to fight back dependent upon the position of power that you sit in. When you are a governor of a state like California, you can do what Gavin Newsom is doing. When you are the governor of a state like Illinois, different than California, you do what JB Pritzker is doing. When you are the governor of a state like North Carolina, that has and Minnesota that have more Republican influence in a Republican electorate, you do what Governor Walz and Governor Cooper are doing. You do that, and that's how you fight back. Our members of Congress can't do what Gavin Newsom's doing. Leader Jeffries can't do what Gavin is doing. It doesn't mean that he's not fighting back. And we saw today how members of the United States House of Representatives are fighting back. They took a fucking break. They ended early. They canceled committee meetings under the direction of the speaker that you put into office, Mike Johnson, to table everything with the Epstein files being released, to get it derailed, to let it fall off the plate so they could go into a brand new session, or not a session, but come back from recess. To come back from recess, and all of this shit would be gone and forgotten. But it wasn't. Democrats in the House told the line. They stayed the course. They walked their asses back into work on a Tuesday and went right back to where they left off. That is how you fight back. That is what you do. And they're not letting the American people, nor Donald Trump and the damn Republicans, forget about the Epstein files. Don't forget it, recognize it, and give them some motherfucking credit. I'm looking at comments and I don't see no damn credit. I'm still seeing happy motherfucking birthday.
I just want to give a shout out to, the
Democrats.
I want to give a shout out to ranking member Robert Garcia, and I want to give out a shout out to second ranking member Jasmine Crockett, because they came in swinging this morning and they had all their ducks lined up. Okay, they had everything. We made a spectacle of this to get all eyes on Epstein files, and we're actually holding people to the fire. And I know it's bullshit, because I really don't trust them for Republicans. I don't trust Nancy Mace. I don't trust MGT. I don't trust Big Back, Bleach Blonde Bab. I don't care. I don't trust them. We're going to see what really happens, and if they truly, vote to release these Epstein files, because all I'm seeing is theatrics. Okay, these tattoos, crocodile tears ain't fooling nobody. White women tears will get you every damn time, and this right here, it's not working for me, ma'am. You lose. You're not getting the Emmy. You're not getting the Oscar. You're not getting Golden Globe. I know this is bullshit.
Kenny,
she's no Meryl Streep. She's no Sarah Paulson. She's no getting close.
Oh, bro, wait. So let's hold on. Let's maybe to go back. Let's see. Play from start. Let's see. Maybe not. I done messed up the slideshow.
You believe for a minute that Nancy Mace, with those tattoo tears, after listening to these people, after she harassed E. Jean Carroll, when she actually literally was on that campaign trail,
she was one of the ones doing. Yeah, she was one of the ones, right?
She was talking mad shit, talking about, oh, she shouldn't be compensated. Oh, she's only doing this for the money. She should be ashamed of herself. Sis, what?
Well, okay, so let's talk about this crazy lady. Nancy Mace is a performance artist, okay? And I understand that she was also assaulted. So I can understand that maybe some of these stories impacted her yesterday as she heard them, because she did walk out and Don Lemon saw her having a panic attack outside, and she asked him, can you please not like film me or just give me my privacy? You can talk about it, but don't show the film. So respectfully, he did. I can understand that, right? But her actions, like to your point previously, have shown that she has no compassion for victims, trans people, or anybody, because this is a personal thing to her. This is what it comes down. So this is something that is personal to her because she has also been a victim. And so just ignore her. That's what I say. I understand that she has signed on to this petition that they have put out there, to get it to come to the floor. And the same thing with Marjorie Taylor Greene. She was out there, like, they're trying to save face. She's also running for governor. Nancy Mace is running for governor. So she is trying to play a part here. You are correct in that regard. Don't feed into that, people. Do not feed into her bullshit, because like I said, she's a performance artist and she knows exactly what she's doing. All those white women's tears, like you said, is all for show. And while she may have some empathy, it's all about her. She has made this about her. But what I took away from this whole situation is that when Democrats and Republicans actually want to work together, they can. Thomas Massey, he's not scared of Trump. He's actually not, he's about that life. He's like, come for me, bitch. And so he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna do this. Remember, the house shut down because of this I don't even
Yeah.
know what you call it. A
Because of
petition or whatever.
the Epstein files.
Yeah, because they were going to put this on the floor. It was part of the rules package, and they wanted to subvert this whole thing. So they shut down the house early. But Ro Khanna and Thomas Massey actually put this press conference on, got the media to actually follow it, and they got the victims to DC to be able to talk through
And
this.
that's exactly what we're going to see in the clip, Tiff.
So play the clip.
Get a whole clip away.
If Massey and Khanna can succeed in getting half the House to add their names to that discharge petition, Congress could vote to release the Epstein files in the next few weeks.
We need to remember is this is not partisan. This is not anti-Trump. This is about standing with survivors. This is about protecting kids. This is about morality. It's something that unites progressives, independents, moderates, and MAGA supporters. And tomorrow is going to be a moral and spiritual reckoning for this country.
House Speaker Mike Johnson clearly would rather that this not happen.
So the discharge petition from Thomas Massey and Ro Khanna, I hope I'm using the right word, will ripen soon.
Well, no, I guess it would if they get the right signature.
If they get the signature,
but it's now a moot point. It's not even necessary.
You don't think it's going to happen?
There may be a floor vote of one measure or another. We have our own resolutions to do all this, but it's sort of not necessary at the point because the administration is already doing this.
So that's the line, that the administration is already doing everything, so there's no purpose in this. Are you ready to throw in the towel?
No, it's hardly a document release. Most of the documents they released are already publicly available. And what Mike Johnson is doing by having his own resolution is to give political cover to those people who aren't supporting the effort by Ro Khanna and I. But here's the problem. When people go through this trove of documents, the political cover is going to go away and they're going to be exposed once again. I think you were right when you said this is the equivalent of the Pam Bondi binders being handed out. They're only going to increase the outrage. And in the meantime, you've got these survivors who are still not getting their justice.
And that's where we are. It happened today. People, again, watch 15 minutes of it. I was able to watch, have it on TV while working and saw a lot of it. Did you guys watch it? There was a section when a reporter asked a question and everybody kind of like got upset and deflected. Does anyone know what he asked?
No, I didn't see it. I don't watch them anymore. Sorry, Miss Now.
Okay. Yeah. I just, watched, breaking news when it came on. So I turned on and I watched it on MSNBC today when it came on. Here's a real question, people. Here's a real question. Is any of this going? I don't believe it's going to matter to the Republican voter. I think that who in America doesn't know that Donald Trump was on the Epstein files? Who doesn't know? I don't believe that they don't believe this. And it baffles me how so many, how do I say this? I'll just say it. White Democrats want to constantly pretend as though if we just show them this, it'll change their hearts and mind. People, MAGA Trump supporters know everything that we're saying, and they don't give a fuck. They are going to run behind whatever talking points they're given by Fox News, and they're going to stick to that. And they're going to use that as a shield, but they really don't give a fuck. They don't care about the price of eggs. They don't give a fuck about the price of gas. They don't care about not having jobs. They don't care about their kids dying of COVID or their grandparents dying of COVID or their parents dying of COVID or even themselves dying of COVID. And they do not care what Donald Trump did to abuse women and girls in the course of his life. They don't care. They're not going to abandon him or leave the cult. So I don't know to what extent this is going to matter to that group of people. I think it'll matter to the independents, maybe. But then again, maybe not. So is any of this shit worth it?
I don't know. I say keep going stay the course. Why not? The whole thing is we really don't have anything else to do. And if we could find any bipartisan support to where we can fuck Donald Trump up in any type of way, I say go for it. I also do believe that we can walk and chew bubblegum at the same time. And let me explain that. So as far as this is the thing that's literally getting media attention. This is the only thing that's making him seem negative. Because even when we talk about the big, beautiful bill that passed, most people don't even give a shit. That done came and went. And since they haven't fully felt the effects fully, it doesn't matter to them because the media isn't covering it. The media isn't giving the same type of attention that they were giving false allegations that we were going under a recession under Joe Biden. That's the issue. We need to actually use something and like weaponize this full rage that Republicans have and put it out against them. That's the only thing that we can do in this very moment. And I think it's a good idea. I just feel like
that is it, Kitty. But I think this is my problem with it, is that the media, and to a certain extent, us in the space of political content creation, or I'm not an influencer. So people, I'm not an influencer. I have no desire to influence anyone's vote at all. I only desire to educate. You do what the fuck you want to do. Your vote, bitch. But for me, it's about educating. The problem is everybody wants to make this about Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. The motherfucker is not going to be here in 2028, either as a candidate on the ballot or he ain't going to be here. So to me, the problem is that we're making him the focus. It's the Republicans that need to always be our focus. Republicans across the board. The Republican Party is implicit in a cover-up. The Republican Party, they are the ones who are lying to the American people, covering up for the PDF files, and they are the ones who are determined to benefit themselves at the cost of the people. I feel like that should be the bigger message, but we don't let that be the message. We keep letting Donald Trump be this massive sun that sucks up all the energy. This massive black hole is a better way, not a damn sun, but a massive black hole that sucks up all the energy and sucks up all the oxygen and everybody and all these Republicans get off scot-free.
Well,
I see that.
Listen, I don't know either way what's going to work or what isn't going to work. But I think when we hear people say they want to see Democrats fight, do they want to see Democrats fight fight for this? I don't really know, but today was worth it, because I think victims and survivor stories should always be out there, especially when they're trying to go around it and make pretend like it wasn't a big deal. So tomorrow this may not even be a story, maybe no one really cares, but I think for today it was a good move by Ro Khanna and by Thomas Massie, and we'll see what happens going forward. You're on mute, babe. You and that damn mic.
Yeah, it did. I don't know why it wasn't muted, but I guess it muted on its own. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Thomas Massey, what's going to happen is Thomas Massey is going to lose his seat. This
He
man
don't
is
care.
out. Republicans are in his district in Kentucky are not going to reelect him. He's out. He's done. He's lost his seat because he's standing up. And really, any Republican that stands up will also lose their seat because of the way the cult works.
I mean, Donald Trump said that anybody who votes for this or calls for the release of the Epstein files, that this would literally be what was the frame that he said? He said that this would be an assault on his administration.
That's right. He said he would see it as a hostile assault on his administration. And yeah, Thomas Massey is one of the top enemies in to MAGA movement. They're gonna treat Thomas Massey the same way they treat Liz Cheney. It's just that's how it's gonna be.
And Republicans can't win without Donald Trump, because we already seen the only reason why they was able to win is also with gerrymandering and stealing seats from North Carolina, but they only won because he was at the top of the ticket. We saw them get stomped in 2022, and they're prepared to get stomped in 2026. That's why they're trying to steal this. That's why they're doing the redistricting, the gerrymandering, because they have no other option but to steal it. Their approval ratings are fucking down. Nobody agrees with any of their policies. They're not doing anything to help the American people. So they already know that they ain't shit. They're shit in the fucking water, and shallow water at it.
Well, the Donald Trump's approval ratings are in the basement, but I argue, I'm trying to, because again, to me, the whole point of this, of us, the big three, and all of you watching, is that it gives us a chance to talk strategy and think things through that nobody's talking about, because the mainstream media shows, they don't give a fuck about strategy. No, they really give a fuck about any of us and what the fuck is happening. All they care about is ratings and getting, I guess whatever the fuck they get for that. But Republicans, to me, are so well planned and so strategic and so thought out about what they do and how they do it. I believe that everything around Trump's health and all of this crisis was manufactured. I do believe that he's not well, But I believe the way that they put it into the spotlight and put it into the media to keep us distracted this weekend to talk about it was planned. And I think it worked beautifully. Then from that, we get everything that's happening right now. And I don't think people say Donald Trump's approval ratings is the lowest ever. He doesn't give a fuck because he's not running again. No one cares. It shouldn't be ever talked about because it's a non-issue. What is an important issue is the Republican approval rating, which is not dropping among Republicans. But the Democratic approval rating is dropping among Democrats. We are we are the fucking problem. Democrats, not our elected Democrats, but the fucking rest of us, we are the problem. We are the fucking problem. We are like fucking feral cats. And Republicans are like well-trained dogs. And we are to our detriment, independent, autonomous, and fucking fucking morality police around what is right in politics. We're constantly killing ourselves out here in these streets by being that way as a party. And I'm thinking that, we have to be more strategic in how we move and more strategic in how we act like Republicans, but we're not. We're not being that way at all.
How can we be like that?
Exactly.
I don't even know how we can be that way. Me and Kenny are going to say the same thing. But how can we be that way when you, like you said, you have the morality police that think they first of all, we complain about messaging. Then we get people trying to give out messaging, and then bitches complain about that. Then you have the people we have like a whole situation that's happening in Congress, and people are mad at the leader for what they mad at, because I don't even know what they mad at anymore. Just be mad about anything.
Two things. I hate to interrupt, but you gave us two answers. Number one, there is no reason that we should be publicly constantly deriding Leader Jeffries. There's no fucking reason to do that when Republicans are doing all they're doing. If Leader Jeffries was a speaker, that's when we could be criticizing him. I don't have a problem with criticizing our leader.
Me either. And I surely would.
It's about the time and the place. And it's not the time, it's not the place when the Republicans have so much shit to criticize. And when you talk about those motherfucking leftists and people in the Democratic Party who don't want to get on board, only want to criticize, let them go. Republicans let the Tea Party go. Republicans let a lot of people go, lost elections for 8 years. They pulled back and accepted the fact that we're not going to be in power for 8 years, but they played the long game, and look at what happened. Look at the results of those actions. We have fucking lost already. We have lost everything, and we're losing more and more every fucking day. So it's okay. I think it's okay to say, leftists, get the fuck off the goddamn, go, get out of the party, build up your DSA, build up your own motherfucking party, win some elections, do your thing. I am fine with it. Go. But stop Ken Klippenstein and all these dumbass motherfuckers, all these Gaza is speaking now, bitch people, get the fuck out of the party and do your own thing, win your own elections. We're going to be good without you. That's what I say. Let them go. So we support the fucking party, and we fucking let these motherfuckers go. Cut them out. They're fucking, it's a goddamn gangrenous arm or gangrenous limb. Cut them motherfuckers loose because they stink.
Well, I'm just saying, you just need to start muting these people. You notice I'm not really going back and forth with these people. The only thing you can do in this moment is when people start labeling you, lean into that label and just do what Gavin Newsom's doing. He's leaning into everything that Donald Trump will call this man. All you can do is let them label you, lean into that, flip it, use it for marketing.
It's about how they're impacting the American electorate. It's about how they're impacting the people that are significantly less involved and informed than we are. They are destroying the Black community, and they are destroying the community. They are, because they're the ones who are watching this like, Democrats don't do shit for me, and Democrats don't care about me, because that's what they're hearing from their leftist heroes. That's what we talked earlier. What was a quote from Nina Turner? What's that Nina Turner quote?
Which one? Bullshit?
About voting. It was about earning my vote.
Oh, yes. Okay, so Nina Turner said, do not give any money to the Democratic Party until they do something. When the Democrats do something, then she gets upset that now that we're actually redistricting and putting it on the people, allowing voters to decide whether we redistrict or not. Just putting it in the hands of voters, you cannot equate the two as the same exact thing when we're actually allowing it to be on the ballot. The people decide, not the party. You know what I'm saying? So that false equivalency goes out the fucking window. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. That's why I said you can't focus on everything that these people are saying, Because the problem is the more that you keep feeding into it, the more that you keep pushing back against these people, the more that they keep us distracted from actually organizing and doing the work that we need to do in order to push the messaging, in order to give the actual wins to the American people so they can see that Democrats are not losers. So we have to stop giving them air, stop giving them life. That's the problem. That's why I said I'm not trying to spend much time back and forth with them because they're just going to be yelling into their ecosphere. Okay, they already have their little people. They have those people that they're going to pull. But what we could do is focus on the people who are not fully tapped in, people who they don't see show up on their timeline. We need to tap into the people who sat at home, the people who felt like, oh, well, I'm just going to disengage because this doesn't work for me. So those are the people that we need to be reaching out to. It's a lost cause. They're gone. They're gone forever.
But I agree with the focus has to be the voters who didn't vote, the 90 million. But the reality is those Black people that didn't vote did not vote because they weren't informed. I think a lot of them didn't vote because they were impacted by Gaza. They were
I don't think that was I don't think that's the main case. I think
it's Black people that did not vote. That is what I hear. I'm just being honest. That is what I'm being told. Like that's what they tell me. People in Atlanta who did not vote. I literally have videos of people telling me that that's why they did not vote, and it was about the misinformation that they had been fed by people like hero Nina Turner.
Well, here's my thing about the whole Black people in Gaza, and I'm not sitting here saying that Gaza is not a big important thing. It's absolutely, because those people deserve safety. They deserve to have food. They deserve to have full autonomy. They deserve an old personal independent state. However, for the Black people that are watching this, I'm gonna need you to understand you cannot put one life over another. You also have to also think about your family, the people, your neighbors. Well, I don't understand how you're able to sacrifice your own people for another. That's a false choice. There is this thing called harm reduction. And right now, what we're looking at, especially when we go over these job numbers, 300 Black women have lost their job.
300.
Is that not affecting how Black households and Black wealth?
But here's
Are we not going to talk about how many Black children are going to go hungry because they're going to miss on SNAP benefits, that they're not going to get free school lunch? Are we not going to talk about that? Are we not going to talk about how many Black kids that survive off of Medicaid with pre-existing conditions? Are we not going to talk about that? Are we not talking about sickle cell anemia? Are we not talking about asthma? Are we not talking about all these chronic illnesses that affect Black youth? Are we sacrificing our own to save another because we didn't save another? And that was the point. We didn't save another. Now all of us are going to die.
Well, that's a whole that is a very good point. And what I would say is to like I guess people have criticisms of like Hakeem Jeffries, but I will say this. There's a difference between Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer, okay? One of them has power and the other does not, okay? Chuck Schumer has a filibuster that he can use. He can slow down stuff. He wants to send, strongly worded letters. So don't classify Hakeem Jeffries with Chuck Schumer. They are not the same person and they do not hold the same power. Hakeem Jeffries, if you want to criticize and say, okay, he needs to speak harder, or he needs to bring more fire, or he needs to, be a little bit tougher, I am fine with that. Go, you can say that. But to say he isn't doing his job is bullshit, because him and his side have not caved to the fucking Republicans. The people that have caved to the Republicans are the Senate. They caved. And we are going to go through this again. So I need people to stop making these two people one and the same, because they are fucking not. Period.
That's right.
Can we just talk about the real shit real quick? All of this anti-Hakeem Jeffries shit is all rooted in anti-fucking Blackness. And let me explain why. Because even when Nancy Pelosi was the Speaker of the House, and we did not have the House, and we did not have the Senate back in 2017. All of the losses never ran on like anything that the Speaker of the Senate, well, the head of the Senate was doing, never ran off on Nancy. But for some odd reason, any fucking loss from this fucking pterodactyl, all of a sudden it's got to trickle on over to Hakeem.
Yeah.
Why is it that?
Well, there is anti-blackness in it. I mean, let's be real. We see how people what people are saying. It's constant. First of all, when Nancy Pelosi was the speaker, nobody was like, "Is she going to endorse somebody? Is she going?" Nobody cared about that. They
Nobody gave
wasn't
a damn
calling.
about what
They weren't
Nancy said.
calling her. They weren't calling her APAC, whatever, whatever. They weren't making up. Listen, I get that people had expectations for Hakeem Jeffries. They wanted him to be powerful. But the funny thing is, the most of the criticism that I see sometimes is from Black people. Let's be real. I don't know what they want from Hakeem Jeffries. It's annoying at this point because I get that people want the fire, but bitch, what fire do you want this man to bring? He is not a fucking dragon. He's not gonna fly and blow these motherfuckers away. Okay, let's be real.
But listen, and that's what the political parties know everything they need to know about Black culture in America from the Cambridge Analytica scandal. It was meant to target our community, and it did. They looked at our data, they looked at our behavioral patterns, they looked at our trends, and they mastered it. So they know how to misinform our community. They know how to take our political leaders like Hakeem Jeffries, and they know how to brand him in a way that will make him off-putting to Black people. And they have perfected it. They did it with Obama. And it was post-mortem. It was after the election, after his term, but they've been using that continuously to poison the minds of the black community against Obama. Then they were ready to activate it and do it against Kamala, and now they perfected it, and it got better and better. And now it is a laser-like focus on Hakeem. This is a problem in the Black community because we are so susceptible to social media misinformation. And they know exactly the terms to use. And that's why, and again, I'm a fan of Mamdani. I'm a fan of the Democratic nominee. I'm happy to vote blue no matter who, but it's the leftists, and I think many of them are being paid by outside resources, outside countries, outside funds to do this dirty work. And they know how to create terms like APAC Shakur that will impact and humor, give Black communities some entertainment, and let them run with it. So people who don't like Hakeem Jeffries don't even fucking know why they don't like Hakeem Jeffries. People want to talk about the APAC funding that is given to multiple politicians across both parties. But I don't go and see anyone commenting about APAC donations to any fucking Republican, only on Democrats. And as Kenny told me earlier, only on Black Democrats. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. And when people are talking about funding from APAC, what the fuck about the funding from the goddamn NRA when motherfucking kids are being fucking had their goddamn heads blown off in Minnesota? What about that money? I'm so fucking sick of the hypocrisy from us, from the people. Today for me is about the goddamn, I'm mad at the people. I'm mad at the people today. And I'm trying to get to the heart of what the fuck you care about. And I hope it's this, people. I hope you care about this. Because you don't care about eggs, you don't care about gas, but maybe you care about this.
Justin, new data painting an increasingly worrisome picture for the U.S. jobs market. For the first time in years, job seekers are outnumbering job openings. CNN's Vanessa Yurkevich is following this story for us. What are you seeing here, Vanessa?
Yeah, this is a JOLTS report that we get every single month, and it precedes oftentimes the jobs report that we'll get later in the week. But this JOLTS report essentially revealed that there are fewer jobs available than those that are looking for those jobs. So in the month of July, it reveals that there are 7.18 million jobs open, and there are 7.2 million people who are unemployed looking for a job. So a little less than one job per person. And what this really that there is starting to be a softening in the labor market, which very much starts to back up what we saw in July's jobs report, which showed a weakening of hiring, just 73,000 jobs added in the month of July, which led to President Donald Trump firing the head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics, which puts out that monthly report. Now, this report should be taken sort of as a brushstroke in a painting of what we're looking at in the U.S. economy. But where job openings are versus where they are not comes across a multitude of sectors. So healthcare and social assistance, fewer jobs there by 181,000. Retail and trade, also fewer job openings in that sector by 110,000. Mining and lodging, fewer jobs by 13,000. And then you can see there are pickups in construction, manufacturing, and wholesale. As I mentioned, Brianna, this
black
report,
jobs,
this
get
JOLTS
your ass
report
in the
is
fields
just
and
before
go
the
and work
big
in that damn
jobs
construction.
report
Black
on
folks,
Friday,
black
which will tell us
jobs.
just how many jobs were added in the month of August, Brianna.
And Tyler, that's Taylor, that's awful. Bring your ass to Atlanta. Let me see what I can do for you. Shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Switch my back.
listen,
Look, I
the
had to put my
job.
hat on.
Yeah, look at you. You had, let me see what it says.
I did my black job.
No, well, Eric Adams about to do his black job and go work for HUD, but that's a whole different story. Um, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, no, this whole thing is just frustrating because what is happening is that one, there are a lot of job openings because well some of them are they're getting rid of migrants and people who actually do fucking jobs, okay, that people don't like us don't want to do. Let's be real. And then there are people that are just coming out of school. I feel sorry for students that are just coming out of school. They ain't getting no goddamn job. There's no jobs to get. So, and then you have, like you said, 300,000 Black women have left the job market. Why do you think they left the job market? I mean, first of all, people getting paid low wages, and they also the jobs are not that great. So it's sometimes when you have to pay, think about moms, right? Mothers, new mothers, the cost of childcare is so much that a lot of people are opting to stay home because they can't afford fucking childcare.
They can't afford.
So you have to make a choice. I mean, some people are starting businesses, but there are way too many people who are looking for jobs and not enough jobs to be able to fulfill those jobs. So what do people do? This is a freaking mess. And we know on Friday we have this new labor person who's gonna come out and say, "Oh, there's 500,000 new jobs that have been created," and everybody's gonna be like, "Huh?"
That's right, Tiffany. They're going to lie. Donald Trump has fired the person who was being honest. They're going to doctor this up and they're going to lie. And most people aren't going to have seen today's data. And they're going to be like, yes, America is better. One thing that me and Kenny talked about a little bit earlier was, but are people really feeling the impact of this economy? Like the truth, like honest to God, the truth. And I'm going to make Kenny big to give insight. But before, just very briefly, I want to address a few of the comments, right? This is a good point. Catch my whiff. And it's something I've talked about previously. And I want to, once again, I'm going to say it one more time. I don't want to keep repeating the same thing, because I've said this on several previous shows, maybe back in the day when it was a different three, but still big nonetheless. You saw that video. There was a video. He showed it enough. So here's the thing. What I said was it takes different types of leaders to do different type of work in Congress. Hakeem Jeffries is the minority leader of the House of Representatives because he has skills that qualify him to bring all factions of the Democratic Party, the cats we talked about earlier, together to be one focused force to work. You can't do that without longevity and experience in the House. You can't do that without a thorough understanding of the ways and means of which the House works, without understanding the committees and understanding what the roles are, understanding what the functions are, and understanding how all your people fit together. Though that's a specific skill set. And the problem is the American people have become so beholden to social media viral clips that you don't recognize other forms of political talent. You don't understand it. You don't recognize it. Because I am an educator who's done a lot of reading to be educated, not saying you have it, I'm sure you have, and everyone who feels this way, but I have studied the people and leaders of the past. I know how they've had to operate. Many of you know the presidents and you know their ways, but I also know the damn chief of staffs. I know what made Dick Cheney back in the Nixon administration. I know what allowed him to ascend to power because I've studied these people to see those ways. And Hakeem Jeffries, the first Black leader, is not the first Black leader because he's some happenstance, weak-ass piece of milk toast. This man has earned that in ways that other leaders couldn't have done so in the past. And I just think it's that he's owed a debt of credit that we don't give him. And it doesn't matter how he speaks because he has other talents and he has other skills, in my humble opinion, not humble. Fuck it, I'm not humble about shit. In my opinion. Kenny, you were gonna earlier we talked about. Honest to God about that. I think that's a good way of concluding this debate, Kenny. The impact of the damn
my
money.
question is, and to everybody, like my
And y'all
question, like
the damn threat now.
the issue that I think a lot of people are having right now is even with, like I said, the big beautiful bill that passed, even with the job losses, there are some people that are feeling it, but I don't think the majority of Americans are feeling it because I don't see that outrage. And the problem, the reason why they're probably not paying attention to it, again, is because the media isn't giving the same type of attention that they were doing when Joe Biden was in office. Even though we had 48 consecutive months of steady job growth, even though that we had outpaced when it came to lowering inflation compared to other G7 nations, they kept hitting us with this looming recession that was supposed to come that never fucking came. They kept telling us every day that the sky was fucking falling when it wasn't, because they kept repeating the same shit over and over again. And everybody knows that when you rinse and repeat it, people will believe it. So my question is, because of Trump's marketing, because that Republicans own like 92% of all social media, along with all the tech CEOs, even when it comes to our phones, from how we shop, everything from Meta to Instagram to X, all of these CEOs went to Trump's inauguration. So do people really know that the house is burning down? Are they really feeling that the house is burning down? Because maybe they don't know that the house is really fucking burning down.
But so honestly, Kenny, did you, honest to God, like, do you feel it? Now we're gonna ask everybody.
I don't feel nothing because it's always been hard for me. And plus, I got all this dark money, you guys. I'm paid.
Yeah. And so
James
World, I don't know. Let me tell you something. He said he don't give a fuck what I'm posting. You don't have to worry about it because you ain't finna see it. You ain't gonna see it here. You ain't gonna see it there. You ain't gonna never see it again because you are blocked and banned, motherfucker. Fuck. Gone.
Okay, so
And
so
like
I
the ghost, he'll be gone.
so I do think some people are starting to feel it. And where they're feeling it is in the grocery store. That is where they're starting to feel it. Because I was in the grocery store and this lady, this white lady said, "Oh my God, everything is so expensive." And I looked at her and I was like, "You probably voted for fucking Trump." But I said it under my breath. But
Have
there are
you seen
people.
it in the grocery store, Tiffany? I think, do you cook
uh,
for your husband and your
Yeah,
children?
I mean, well, I don't have no little children. It's me and Dallas and the husband. But I do go food shopping I go food shopping every Sunday. So I'm a shopper. I know what the prices are for the things that I buy. And people are starting to see that when they get to the cash register, that food is a lot more than it used to be 6 or 7 months ago. So that is where people are starting to see it. The other place they're starting to see it is in their light bills. Kenny, you did a great video on electricity. They are seeing that electricity bills are going up. Now, thankfully, it's been nice here, and
Massive
we
go
and
up. Have
yeah,
you guys had a big increase?
So PJM, yes, it was a hella high one fucking month, and now it's come down a little bit.
No,
Plus,
in
we got a tax
Georgia,
credit.
our power bills increased by $100 or more. $100 or more, like across the board, and a lot of that, and we're researching it, but we're researching. We don't know if it's the data centers. But actually it's a pretty big deal here.
yeah, and I've been seeing people talking about those data centers here in Maryland. They're like, "Oh, Virginia is draining our data center." I haven't really got into it. We have a lot of issues because with BGE, they're trying to build like new lines, and there's a whole lawsuit against it. I mean, there's a lot. We did get a credit, so I was happy that our legislature gave us a credit for the month of September. If you have BGE, you got a credit, but energy is going to be a big deal, especially as we head into the winter and the cost of light bills, gas bills. This is going to be a problem. So it is going to be a issue. And the biggest thing where people are going to be impacted, let's be clear, is when they get their bill for their goddamn Obamacare and they realize, and most of them don't even know they're on Obamacare. Let's be clear, they are going to get that bill and they're going to see that their shit is skyrocketing $100 to $150, and then they're going to be crying.
That's
I
right.
don't know. I just don't trust these people. I feel like they're doing this very much Bird Box type of shit. They can't
Well,
see shit. Can't see no hear evil, no hear no evil, none of that shit. Eyes just closed, blindfolds. That's what it's giving. Because even with that, they still make excuses. That's my issue. And they're not pushing the same type of rhetoric. Every time when under the Biden-Harris administration, there was Joe Biden stickers. I did that at the pump. Every 5 minutes,
Democrats gotta do it.
creators, whether it be the left or the fucking right, talking mad shit, talking about everything's too expensive. I'm counting cheese slices for Billy.
But Kenny, this is the problem. We have a ecosystem that wants to talk shit about other Democrats and doesn't want to talk about the real fucking
You're
problem.
not talking
We're
about
not on the same page.
But that's the issue. So
And-
now, because I'm getting all this dark money from the DNC, they're upset when I do these videos breaking down what's really happening when it comes to our economy and how this is going to affect the American people. They're so upset with me for accepting all this dark money. It's just a fucking mess.
But this is the issue, right? Like Democrats cannot get on. Like, listen, I'm a Democrat through and through. Kenny, I don't know what you want. You can call yourself a Democrat sometimes, but you follow Democratic policies. Me and Zach are Democrats. Me and Zach are motherfucking Democrats, bitch.
I am proud as fuck that I was to be a founding member of the Chorus Newsroom, that I was selected in the beginning to not only be a member, but to help fundraise and crowdfund. So you talk about fucking dark money. That motherfucking dark money might be from you because you may have donated to the link in my bio, because I've had the link in my bio from the fucking November when we first saw.
You on the motherfucking website, bitch.
Crying about the fact that we lost and being devastated about the fact that we don't have an ecosystem and we let fathead motherfuckers like Joe Rogan influence idiots.
Yeah, it's stupid. The whole, like, as a person from the outside, like just watching the whole thing, I gotta say the whole thing is fucking stupid. Because listen, we see how much influence these right-wing media people have. And you have Turning Point USA, you have, like you said, Joe Rogan, all Theo Von, all these different people that are influencing people, like you said earlier, to believe all these negative things about Democrats. But then you have people like Charlemagne, and you have people like Nina Turner, and you have all these different people who are also, and what makes me laugh about it is somebody says to me, this lady says to me, oh, what about, we got Hassan Piker and we got all these different Crystal Ball. And I said, no, but what I said to him, I say, last time I checked, Twitch was owned by Amazon. So y'all talking all this bullshit about corporations and all this stuff. Guess who's paying those motherfuckers? Corporations.
And Hassan Piker is a part of the alt-right pipeline. I don't give a fuck what you say. He is a member of the manosphere. He does what Charlemagne does. Purposely pull Democrats away from the party and toss them out to be all a part of I can't say that he's throwing them to Republicans, but he's definitely a part of the horseshoe work. Now, no poetic justice is not a leadership problem. It is not the leadership of the Democratic Party. They have no ability to control the media. This is not a Democratic leadership problem. It's an American media problem. The American media is doing this. The American media sits down and says what they're going to focus on. And as a result of it, it's what you focus on. It's not the Democratic leadership. I am a part of groups. I get emails. I get damn text messages. I get Democratic leaders begging me to make videos and talk about X, Y, and Z because they desperately want to get it amplified. Desperately wanting to get it amplified because it's the messages are getting out there because the media refuses to share the message. That's not the Democratic leadership. That is 100% the result of what the media has chosen to do. There is not a damn thing that Hakeem or old ass Chuck Schumer can do to fix that because it's not on them. It is really on us and what we're choosing to feed and what we're choosing to give our likes, clicks, and views to. But with that being said, I got to go a little bit earlier tonight. I'm taking off tomorrow, and I'm meeting a friend who's in town that I promised I would make time for and going to take them to 3 different bars. So I'm taking off a day. I deserve a day off. I'm taking a day off.
You sure do deserve a day because you never take a day off, ever. So I'm
never
exactly
off. I'm taking 1. I might take 2. It's just Thursday and Friday. Why not take 2? I've been sick for 2 damn weeks for the cold. Never took a sick day. I really don't take off. So I might. And you know what? Last thing I want to say, catch my whip. I want to say, you know what? People, you won't be surprised to know I don't cook. I don't cook.
He can cook though.
I can cook. I can cook. Thank you, Kenny. I can cook, but I don't cook. I am single. Single again. It's now been 20 fucking months of me being alone in the fucking world. So bring your ass on over here and know that I will buy whatever you need to buy, but you cook it and we'll be happy. No, I won't clean up either because I'm bad at that too. But I will certainly pay someone to handle that for us. The house will be clean. It just won't be by my hand. But I promise you it will be clean. So with that being said, we talked about the but thank you, Poetic Justice. I do not buy grocery like normal people, right? So I don't go to the grocery store and buy up like Tiffany on a Sunday and give me some pot roast and shit. But what I do get is the damn Doritos. And somebody had put in the chat, Doritos are $5. I buy some fucking Doritos and the Doritos are $5. I see it. How the fuck you don't see it, people?
Right.
Wow, Doritos $5. Doritos used to be $1.79 for the big bag when I was a kid, and then we get them to $2.99. I was mad as hell. But fucking $6 for Doritos, $5.99.
Blame RFK, Operation Dorito.
Right.
He don't want y'all to have fans.
Operation Dorito, and with that being said, hey, Operation, I'm gonna go and get an old fashioned made with Woodford's. I hope they have, and if not, I'll do Bullet. But Woodford's is my old fashioned bourbon of choice. Any final words, Tiffany and Kenny?
Well, if you haven't watched our interview with Hakeem Jeffries, make sure you go and watch that, please. Thank you.
Yeah, blow it up because some people are just so fucking trash, as if we're not trying to grow this fucking platform, as if we are not trying to break into long form content.
Fuck out of here. We had 147 views, and that was wrong. We're at like 900 fucking views, but I would like us to get to over 1,000. So if you have not watched this, please watch it. And if you have watched it, watch it. You don't watch it again because YouTube doesn't count multiple views from the same account as a different view. But please share it with your family and friends and other people just to see it. Make a comment. Also, when you comment on the actual video, it does boost it in the YouTube algorithm. So please do that. Also, Tiffany is the only person on this chat who is not a member of the Chorus Newsroom yet. It is my sincere hope that she will be. Tiffany, I don't know if you applied, but if you have, or if you haven't applied, I'll definitely talk you through my recommendations on the application. Not that I have any inside word because I'm only a member, but I'm happy to give you what I think makes a difference or what I think may have helped the application process. But we hope that you do get into that. But definitely support Tiffany, and you can support her by financially subscribing to her Substack. Candidly Tiff, the Substack.
And follow me on TikTok, goddammit, because I need to get paid on there too.
Yeah, and you're close, right? Tiffany only needs like
I'm so close. I need like 100 more people to follow me on there. Goddamn.
People to follow her. But Tiffany, I need you to post 2 TikToks a day for the rest of the week. Can you just fucking do that in September? That you gotta
I posted 2 today, okay? Because I have to talk about Eric Adams. But I promise I'll post 2 for the rest of the month, okay?
Yeah, good. Well, that's
maybe I'll get to 10,000.
You will, and that's what you want. So,
I hate that app.
But what I am, and I also, Tiffany, I'm going to send you a little gift, a little like thank you for all the work that you've done as a part of the Big Three, your commitment, your dedication. And so, you know, and I'm sending it from my Chorus money. So it's an investment in this Big Three from the Chorus money. So you can do with it as you will, whether it's microphone, camera, or just shit, pampering yourself because you deserve it. With that being said, everybody, we'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all.